ReZero Season 2 Part 2 complete recap. Let's get into the business. After the battle with the witch's cult, Subaru discovers that Rem has been erased from everyone's memories and is in a coma after an attack by the Sin Archbishop of Gluttony. He tries to undo this using Return by Death, but fails, leading him to seek answers at the Sanctuary, where Emilia must undergo trials to break a magical barrier. While there, the mansion is attacked by Elsa and Ma beasts, resulting in the deaths of Ram, Rem, Frederica, and Petra several times. Out of despair, Subaru meets with the Witch of Greed, Echidna, who offers to help but has her own manipulative agenda. While trying to save both the Sanctuary and the mansion, Subaru learns about the Ryuzu clones, Roswell's knowledge of him time looping, and that one of the three great Ma beasts, the Great Rabbit, will appear and kill them all. Despite this, Subaru ends up rejecting Echidna's offer and decides to solve everything on his own. Part 2 begins with Otto convincing Subaru to let him help, and they cook up a plan. The next day, Subaru confronts Roswell, betting he can save everyone. If Subaru wins, Roswell must stop being a snake. Otherwise, Subaru must follow the tome's instructions. Later, Emilia tells Subaru about her past. Puck found her frozen in ice, and the two lived alone until Roswell found them. Roswell promised to save her fellow frozen elves if she wins the royal selection. However, she can't remember anything from before that. It turns out her contract with Puck is suppressing her memories. Puck then breaks it and disappears. Distraught, Emilia runs away but is confronted by Subaru. As part of Subaru's plan, Otto distracts Garfield with his animal talking ability and keeps him busy with Ram, while Subaru uses W-Riz to give Emilia the courage to believe in herself. The two then exit the ruins and find that Garfield is waiting for them, having defeated Otto and Ram. Subaru realizes that Garfield's aggression towards him is due to some mommy issues. Garfield saw his mother die in a landslide as she was leaving him and Frederica behind at the Sanctuary, causing him to fear everything outside of it. Subaru then humbles Garfield with the invisible hand power, and Ram convinces him to confront his past and retake the trial. In the trial, Garfield learns his mother didn't abandon him. She was just trying to find his father. He makes peace with Subaru, and Emilia begins the second trial, with Echidna welcoming her as the witch's daughter. With Echidna, Emilia relives her childhood. It is revealed that in the forest, her aunt, Mother Fortuna, raised her in her parents' absence. Fortuna was also very close with Beetlejuice, both tasked with guarding a special seal. Young Emilia is mischievous and gets spirits to lead her to the seal, where she is caught by Fortuna and Juice. They find out that Emilia can control spirits, and Juice accidentally reveals her parents are dead. As they escort Emilia back to the house, they encounter the Sin Archbishop of Greed. Greed is joined by Pandora, who is searching for the key and seal. Juice tells Fortuna to run away with Emilia and opens a cursed box, which gives him the ability to use the unseen hands, thus becoming Sloth. Fortuna hands Emilia off to Archie and goes to help Juice. While escaping, the Black Serpent, the third great Ma beast, body bags Archie. RIP. Emilia continues running away on her own. Fortuna and Juice fight Pandora, but she is basically immortal. Emilia tries to help by going to the seal, but Pandora is already there. Pandora reveals to Emilia that, as the witch's daughter, she has the key to open the seal. However, Emilia refuses to open it up because she promised Fortuna she wouldn't. A crazed Juice arrives, turns off friendly fire, and fatally wounds Fortuna. Emilia's deep grief then causes her magic to go out of control, freezing the entire forest. As Emilia enters a deep sleep, Pandora erases her memories. The present Emilia then reconciles with the actions of her past self and passes the trial. Outside, Subaru, Otto, and Garfield confront Roswell, who drops the Sanctuary lore. 400 years ago, Roswell was saved by Echidna, becoming her pupil and fanboy. He developed a close bond with her, as they, Beatrice, and Yuzu looked after the Sanctuary. One day, the Devil of Melancholy, Hector, showed up, threatening to destroy it. The barrier was still incomplete, so the original Ryuzu sacrificed herself to become its core. In the present, Subaru asks Roswell to call off the attack on the mansion, but he refuses, still believing his tome is correct. Failing to stop Roswell, Subaru and the boys plan to go stop Elsa. Back at the graveyard, Emilia prepares to start the second trial, while Roswell begins some tomfoolery. Ram confronts him in front of Ryuzu's crystal as he wields the tome. He reveals that he plans to use the excess mana stored in the crystal to summon the Great Rabbit. With assistance from Puck, Ram tries to stop Roswell. At the mansion, Elsa starts her attacks on Petra and Frederica, but an armored Garfield arrives and reunites with his sister. While Garfield fights Elsa, Subaru confronts Beatrice. She goes full emo and kicks him out of the room when he says he isn't that person. He then regroups with the squad and encounters Meili, the Mabeast user. Frederica fights her while the others fight a rare Mabeast. Meanwhile, Emilia takes the second trial where she ends up in an alternate present, happily living back in her forest with Fortuna and Juice. Having accepted her own less than ideal reality, Emilia thanks Echidna for showing her this world and passes the test. Heading back outside, Emilia is met with the support of both the villagers and the demi-humans. She then prepares for the final trial. Meanwhile, Subaru defeats the Mabeast, but also sets the mansion on fire. He rushes to find Beatrice before the last door is burned. Back in the graveyard, Emilia undergoes the third trial, which subjects her to a series of visions and voices from potential futures. However, her confidence is unwavering, and she passes the trial, waking up at Echidna's grave. There, she undoes the magic spell powering the barrier. Leaving the graveyard, she finds the sanctuary covered in a blizzard. Back at the burning mansion, it is revealed that Elsa is a vampire, which explains her insane regeneration. Push comes to shove, but both Frederica and Garfield defeat their opponents. Meanwhile, in a snowless sanctuary, Puck and Ram continue their battle against Roswell. Ram manages to steal the tome and destroy it. In the aftermath of the fight, snow begins to fall and Puck realizes Roswell had activated the spell to change the weather right before their fight. Back in the present, Emilia finds a large ice sculpture protecting the villagers and learns that Puck used most of his magic to save them. Emilia then prepares to fight against the Great Rabbit Horde that has just appeared. At the burning mansion, Subaru finds Beatrice and tries to convince her to join him, but she kicks him out again after he refuses to tell her the lie she wishes to hear. He emerges one final time as the last door in the mansion is opened. He asks Beatrice to choose him, and she does, using her insane powers to travel to the sanctuary, where they prepare to face off against the Great Rabbit. With a contract now in place, Subaru and Beatrice work with Emilia to trap the Great Rabbit. Beatrice seals the Mabeasts in another dimension using Al-Shamak, saving the sanctuary. Beatrice and Roswell then visit the grave of Echidna, where we learn he is the original Roswell, who is essentially immortal by using soul transcription on his ancestors. Roswell is then used as a punching bag, but eventually reconciles with Subaru and the group. He agrees to be an ally, proving that an oath curse will kill him if he betrays them. Later, everyone attends a ceremony where Subaru is formally knighted in Emilia's service. There, Roswell reveals to Subaru that he ultimately plans to find a way to revive Echidna. The season ends with Subaru and Emilia being the closest they've ever been, ready for what lies ahead. Now that your head has been filled with this knowledge, please go and enjoy Season 3. Peace!